now we come to the last in the series and to the final of the British Open Pairs Championship sponsored by Midland Bank. The bowling greens on the East Parade in Rhyl had been full of activity for a week. Interest was now centred on the one green. The favourites were the Lancashire pair, B Duncan and Fletcher, who had clawed their way back from 10-4 down to win a place in the final. They were up against Burrows and Armson from Manchester, who had taken 1 hour and 36 minutes to win their semi-final. So it could be said they were deserving opponents to compete for the first prize of £2,000. And what a great and surprising match it turned out to be. With an end each, it's 1-1 as we join them. Our commentators are Hugh Johns and Jackie Hunt.
Roy Armson setting the mark here, trying to cut these two very good corner players down.
Coming well, he's bowled one there.
Oh, Brian.
Beauty. That the class of B Duncan, renowned as a corner bowler, but he'll find it almost anywhere on the green.
Now Armson's changed his peg here. A little bit low.
In fact, he's run on himself and knocked his first ball further back.
Only one down.
Burrows turned his back on that one.
I think what's happening?
It's trickling on, it's trickling on. It's a beautiful ball. But it's an inviting target for Burrows. If he can pick up the jack.
Oh, danger! I kicked it over,
Holding 2, looking for 3 is Fletcher. It's run out of steam, so 2 will do. Bowling for really good money now. The winner here of the Midland British Open Pairs picks up 2,000 quid.
Of these players, of course, top players in their own right. I think between them they've won about everything there is to win in bowls. So it should be a really fine game.
Green running well, but still fair breeze swirling around, which will have some effect. Duncan not too happy about his 2 bowls at this block. And Roy Armson trying to correct and has gone way out of the back. A couple of fine back players here in Fletcher, who's got it wrong. Now Burrows. So hitting that ball has been a bit costly for Burrows. It's very much as though the blue balls are counting 2. Certainly 1. Oh! And Fletcher returns the compliment. So Roy Armson invites Noel to change the bowl over, come in on the other peg. Lots of space there to draw a second.
Looking good if he can run.
Red 2.
So good 2 for Armson and Burrows.
Roy Armson again cutting the green, playing across the crown towards the middle of the green there. A little bit heavy, still a fair ball.
Roy taking a fraction off. I think he's got a very good one there. Two very fine lead bowls from Roy Armson. Duncan hasn't found it at all.
This is number 3. Good ball by Burrows.
Superb stuff.
I think we could find Fletcher having a go here.
There he goes. Usually deadly on the stroke, and he's missed by a mile.
I would have thought Noel might try to put one in the way and then still at the same time count one. This is going to be a little bit short, I think, to count. He's done well. Could be in the way.
Does Fletcher try the strike again?
I think he'll try
Might just as well. Yep. Well, that's remarkable. He's renowned for his striking quality, isn't he, Jack?
He is indeed, yes. Not very often we find Norman Fletcher missing.
Armson and Burrows certainly looked the sharper of the two pairs during the early stages, and they nosed further ahead in the following end to lead 7-3. So it's still Armson with the first bowl.
Very strong Lancashire flavour about the final here. All four of them have bowled Lancashire County. And Roy Armson about to bowl, of course, has bowled for 3 counties: Cheshire, Lancashire and Greater Manchester. These 2 back bowls now of Roy Armson's might just come in handy as this end progresses. Duncan right smack in front of the jack.
I think that's a little bit wide. I don't think he's got one.
No, Burrows could give that blue ball a knock. Could cannon the jack. Put the jack back into the 2 red balls behind. Unlucky. And now they got 3 at the back. Duncan inviting Fletcher to have one behind now. Well, he's got it behind, but I'm not sure that it's much use. No, Burrows, his last chance to shift that block backwards.
Well, I think he likes it.
He got it.
Good ball.
Fine ball. Oh, no, Burrows is pulling out some brilliant stuff. Norman Fletcher. He's 2 down, and he's really got to hit this one now.
He's asking for advice from Duncan, and Duncan's trying to weigh up the situation. I think he'll have a go.
Here he comes. He's got it. And the jack stays on.
It's very unlucky.
And he's unlucky because I think it's now 3. It's 2 for certain.
2 in the measure.
2 and a measure for 3.
2 in the measure. Measure, please. You've got long guns.
Well, I hope they've got some long pegs here.
Discussion amongst the audience as to which bowl their money's on.
First ball. Red 2.
4 consecutive ends to the Reds, but the Blues stole the advantage back in the next end with their final bowl. So it's 9-4 and B Duncan leading off.
And this looks good. Good ball.
Yes, that'll take a bit of beating. Bias bringing the ball down and the slight uplift of the bank, hopefully pushing it back again, as it did.
It's looking good again from Duncan. Super ball. Well, if Armson has the legs, he might just do it.
Hey, that was trying. Certainly cut down the 2 to 1. That's a beauty. Let's tickle the jack slightly further out, away from the ditch. 5 darn good bowls down there.
Just to low, that's all. Come on, lad, keep coming.
Well, this is looking good again. A brilliant ball by Fletcher. Brilliant ball.
Oh, that's tremendous bowling here. We've got 7 bowls down there, all within a yard and a bit of the jack.
And this is looking dangerous.
Oh, is this the one?
Oh, super.
It is. Well, he's won it. Magnificent bowling there. And Noel Burrows has pulled out another wonderful ball.
Noel Burrows in excellent form, although Fletcher can pull a few out when he wants to, and that's just what he did in the following end to cut the Blues' deficit to 4. But we'll take a short break there. Remember, the Reds are ahead 10-6.
It is straight, square, curved, circular, the precise shape of every moving part it clings to, lubricating, cooling, and protecting. Oil is too small a word for it. It is Castrol GTX liquid engineering. Fit it in your engine.
If pain seems locked in for the day, take Nurofen, a breakthrough because it's now available to you without prescription. Nurofen contains a pain-relieving compound called ibuprofen, different from other painkillers. 14 years medical use has shown that Nurofen reduces inflammation and is gentle on the stomach, providing really effective fast-acting pain relief, even in migraine headaches. So if pain seems locked in, ask your chemist for Nurofen.
British cattle, 5 fascinating pictorial stamps. A Highland cow, the ancient untamed Chillingham, world-famous Hereford, a black bull from Wales, and the rare Irish moiled cow. British cattle. Get them at your post office from March the 6th while stocks last. But hurry, there could be a stampede.
Be the king of the road with these Carlos Fandango super wide wheels.
Alternatively, settle for a pack of Panama cigars. This will bring you instant six appeal because there are 6 of those smooth-smoking Panama cigars in every pack. Panama, the only cigars with 6 appeal.
They say a woman's work is never done, but I found the solution. Whitecap and 5 husbands. Whitecap for shallow frying.
La-di-da.
For deep frying.
La-di-da.
For roast.
La-di-da.
And for those delicate, fluffy little pastries.
La-di-da.
Who said a woman's work is never done?
Whitecap, cooking a la la-di-da.
So, welcome back to what's turning out to be an excellent final. Burrows and Armson playing well, and the favourites at the moment finding it difficult to keep up with them. It's Duncan with the first bowl trailing 10-6.
And this is Duncan's strength. He usually plays brilliantly in the corners. Needs to keep this going.
Just ran out of steam, back end. Armson with this sort of double delivery that he has. It's a triple delivery this time. And here he comes.
Well, it looks on a good line. I think it's going to give up.
I think something down there might have distracted him, put him off a bit. Duncan walking that one on. It's not going to go for him. It's not running. Slaps his thigh and a little frustration.
Well, this looks better from Armson if he can miss the blue balls at the front.
Yes. So it's down to the 2 back men now. And Norman Fletcher gets his first one away. Hey, that's coming well. Oh, it's... No, it's had the signal and they're holding one. That looks to be on a good road. It's just going to give up. Oh, it's in for 2.
Fletcher's after this. He's certainly not short. Got to hit something.
He's got... Oh! Rotten luck. Hey, this one could be counting. No. No, stayed out.
Red 2.
6 behind. On their way to the 21 target that guarantees the title and £2,000.
Good ball by Armson. Very good lead.
But once again, a strange mark for him to have set, Jack.
Yes, I'm rather surprised at this. He's taken Duncan back in the corner. Maybe he thinks that Duncan's not quite bowling as well in the corners today.
Or is it a sort of bit of gamesmanship, a challenge?
Oh, could
We
be
know you're best, we'll let you play there and still beat you.
Could be psychological here. Bit short this time, but it's in the way.
run out. Yard short. Fletcher with that curious shoulder hunched walk that he has only to have promoted to possibly 2 now.
Yes, Roy Armson signalling to Noel that it's 2.
Go on. Another magnificent ball from Noel Burrows.
Quite a desperate situation here, and a lot of pressure on this ball for Fletcher.
Now you can see how far away it is, and
Yes,
there's the
having a
ball.
go.
Really having a whack. Oh, and the
Really
usually reliable Norman Fletcher. That's 3 strikes that we've seen him
That's
miss.
3.
Yes, he'll be very disappointed with that.
The situation's starting to look desperate for the Blues, so much so that they changed their pattern. Fletcher leading with Duncan following, but the Reds kept up the pressure, and we rejoined them with a score at 17-7. Armson about to play his second ball.
Looking good, this ball. Oh, brilliant ball by Armson.
Well, it's a dog's life there, and it's a dog's life for Norman Fletcher at the moment. He's finding some great bowls, but they are being pushed further and further behind the Preston pair. Hey, there's a third coming in here. Duncan striking. What's he got? He's not 1 out. Still 2 there. Noel with hardly a flicker of interest in his eyes then, as he let that one go, having seen his shot bowl knocked out. Asking the slope to track that down. Short.
Difficult situation here for Duncan.
Well, if he can get hold of that block, they've got 3 receiving bowls behind and to the right. No, 2, because the blue bowl that was on there was off. He's got it.
Brilliant ball.
Fabulous bowl from Rhyl Duncan. 2 down to 3 up. Fantastic recovery there.
Well, he thought about that for a long time, but that was really a fine ball.
And now, the chance for Fletcher to get deep away into that corner. To an area that these 2 bowl so well. Stays on and adjust.
Oh, it's dreadfully short this time.
Well, it's difficult to think in terms of a bowl behind the jack counting in this end.
Well, if he can keep away from them balls, he's got a chance here. Looks like a good bowl. Great.
Oh, he's found a beauty.
Armson's really tightened it up this time.
There's a new sprightliness about the step of Brian Duncan now. He's a very useful ball. A lot of pressure on Noel now.
Could win it on the bottom.
It could. It'll stay. It's a magnificent ball. This is absolutely brilliant bowling from Noel Burrows throughout this whole final. And Duncan is just wondering what hit him. Crowd still buzzing with excitement about that. That was absolutely fabulous. Strikes and misses. So Roy Armson goes back up to talk to Noel as Brian Duncan is very disconsolate as he walks down to his partner, Norman Fletcher. I think I heard some of the crowd down there saying that bowl of Noel Burrows could be the bowl of this tournament, and really it was quite magnificent.
Well, Noel's played the other peg here to try and get another one.
Hey, he's could do some damage here. He's done. Oh,
Blue one.
he has. He's knocked himself out. He's knocked himself out, and it's Blue who win it. Unbelievable. Noel Burrows still shaking his head down there. Cannot believe what he's just done. Amazed.
Yes, a rare mistake by Burrows, and even though the Reds won the next end to lead 18-11, there was still a glimmer of hope for Duncan and Fletcher.
So a 7 shots difference. The big thing as far as Roy Armson's concerned is that he's got that block back to set the shorter marks that he personally enjoys. Let a good one.
Well, Fletcher likes it. He's running it in.
The applause, well deserved. Is he going to hit the blue ball or his arm? Unlucky. Played strong enough to remove the blue ball.
Well, Norman's not short. Fortunate, hit his own ball. Oh, Burrows, a little bit on the low side. Just dropped down there the last few yards against the crown. There's Duncan trying to play for another. And gets it. Good ball.
But that's a nice target now for Noel Burrows to aim for, if he can just drop into those two blue bowls.
Well, he likes it. He's after it.
Oh, unlucky. He knocks one out. But they're still holding two. And B Duncan can hopefully look for three here. Oh, it's a good one. It's a beauty.
Blue 4.
It's a 4. Well, what a final we've suddenly got on our hands now. The gap is only 3. And Duncan and Fletcher have got the block and they're back into the corners.
Well, Norman's got to run away this time. He does run the last few yards there, but he's urging it on.
Go on, go on, go on.
Armson looks narrowed this time. Urging it on again.
Roy needs to find one now.
It's gone out.
Tension and excitement out on that green is really quite electric now.
Right, Duncan can miss. He could just get another one on a length. Yes, he's done it. Good ball.
If there's no change, the gap is just one shot at this moment.
Well, what can this man Burrows do? He's not a mile off with this ball. Could just be short.
A little bit more.
I think Duncan's got to try and play the other peg or play very, very low here in the hope it's going to turn right at the death. Well, his pace looks good. Looks good. Oh, he's just got on the brown, but may have gone out.
Noel Burrows, last chance. Can he find another brilliant bowl? He's found so many in this final so far. No, it's gone way, way. Nothing there.
Blue 2.
So 2 more for Duncan and Fletcher. The gap now, only 1 point.
Well, this is a great recovery by Fletcher and Duncan now. I think it's all happened since Norman Fletcher took over the lead here.
Yes. Yes, that seemed to be the turning point. Almost had a drop of pigeon pie then. Yes, the recovery from 15-6 down to just 1 at 17-18 down is remarkable credit to these two bowlers.
And that's a good lead by Norman Fletcher over a distance of about 50 yards.
You've got to be up, and he isn't, is Roy Armson. Practically guaranteed that Fletcher will be.
He's a little bit on the low side, but he counts another.
Gritted teeth of determination there from Roy Armson as he urges that one to go on and win it for him. Go on, go on, go on. Yes, he's won it. Needs to hit something.
Unlucky, a well played ball by Duncan. Just found the gap. This could be two. Great ball by Burrows again.
So it's conference time for Duncan and Fletcher.
I think he might have a go at these two. Obviously realise Burrows one ball to play. They could get game here. No, he's elected to just play a through ball. And he looks good.
Oh, by a whisker. If he can get rid of the blue ball, it's all over. Noel holding two with Roy Armson. Looking for three, and the final, and this is the ball that's going to do it. There it is.
Great
magnificent. Long delay while they have a really good look. Two for certain. Is there a chance that Duncan and Fletcher are still alive? It's a measure job, and when there's 2,000 quid at stake, I suppose you can't blame them. It looks like three from here. It looks like the final is over. But we'll not know until the markers, Mike Barradell and Bruce Conway, make their way out slowly with calm to take the strings out and measure for the third and winning ball. I obviously fancy the red ball. They measure it first.
Red ball.
The red ball, it's all over. Yes, a wonderful last ball by Noel Burrows. Picking up a three on this end. And despite the brave fight back by Brian Duncan and Norman Fletcher, Roy Armson and Noel Burrows win the Midland Bank British Open Crown Dream Pairs Championship of 1983 and the £2,000 that goes with it. A wonderful final.
Well, that was a great final, and for the second year running, the favourites Duncan and Fletcher failed to win the championship. But no one could deny that Roy Armson and Noel Burrows were the worthy winners. Lord Cledwin presented them with the Perpetual Rose Bowl and a cheque for £1,000 each. A grand climax for the 1983 championship then. I hope you enjoyed the series, and goodbye.